Hey, good day. This is MassX with a new Bleach Immortal Souls video. Today I'm going to do a deep dive into the two new Christmas characters. I spent the last 7 days trying to retrieve all the shards and to get them built to somewhere that would be reasonable for testing. So let's go through them real quickly and then we can discuss. Rukia, her Christmas character. I have put her to 5 stars. I have fully maximized her Vermilion Bird Warsoul as well as Heroic Warsoul. I also put a Warsoul of Vigilance on her, and I'm using one that's fully 5 stars. I put this on her because it increases the Soul Bearer's HP by 15,000 plus. I did that because of her skill set, as well as I wanted to put the same Warsoul on both of the characters for purposes of testing. But as you can see, she's clocking in at 101,800, which puts her in Orihime almost exactly, so they level up pretty evenly. So there's not much difference there. If you look at her, so she's got an attack of 81,000. Her health is 700,000 plus. Defense 21,000. Taking a quick look at Orihime, her attack 74. Her defense 22, health 783,000 plus. So again, they're pretty equal. So let's take a closer look at their skill set again to remind everybody. Her combo Snowball Mastery skill deals damage to a single enemy plus additional damage equal to 5% of Christmas Rukia's total HP. There is a 40% chance to freeze the target for 1 round. Her skill damage at level 87 is 177.2% plus 870. Let's take a look at her rage skill again. Deals damage to an enemy front row and gives 1 present at random to each target. Grants 2 allies with the lowest HP. Christmas Sanctuary for 2 rounds. The presents, there's a multitude of them. Activates varying effects when hit by a basic attack or mastery skill. The red present receive additional damage equal to 15% of the character's total HP. The blue present, there's a 40% chance to become frozen for 1 round. Otherwise, the attacking character regenerates HP equal to 60% of the damage dealt. Yellow present, rage decreased by 400. Christmas Sanctuary grants immunity to 1 attack. This shield appears after taking damage once. When Christmas Sanctuary disappears, the character regenerates 30% of their missing HP. The skill damage on this particular one is 212%.2 plus 1,218. So it's good to know. Her passive skill is she's immune to all rage reduction effects, and at the beginning of battle, Rukia blesses all allies with Christmas blessings for 2 rounds. So as we've discussed before, she's really good. Any other things I did on this? Let's take a look. Just so you're aware, both of them, I took them to their weapons and everything to 64. I only promoted 1 star across the board, as well as I awakened everything once. So that includes everything. So it's getting an HP of plus 7.5%, an attack of plus 7.5%, HP of 7.5%, and awakened her weapon. Let's take a look here. Her awakened weapon deals damage to the enemy front row and gives 1 present at random to each target. Grants 2 allies with the lowest HP Christmas Sanctuary for 2 rounds. It's just basically an increase in damage for the most part. It's not necessary to awaken her weapon, in my opinion. The skill damage, though, with the awakened weapon does jump to 212% over 182%, just so you're aware. But outside of that, that's the basics for her. On Orihime, similar. 64 across, only one awakened stone. I did awaken everything once. Her awakened weapon, or gloves in this particular instance, regenerates the HP of all allies for a certain amount, plus additional HP equal to 20% of Orihime's total HP. Regenerates 50% additional HP to the ally with the lowest HP for each active snowman. Increases the damage reduction rate of all allies by 10% for 2 rounds. After using a skill, Orihime gains 1 snowman to a maximum of 3. Let's take a look. It doesn't look like this is much of a not that necessary either to awaken her weapon. It's not doing much of a huge difference. Her regeneration, though, does jump 20%, which is nice. But again, if you're trying to save cash, I would definitely first look to getting the characters and not worry so much about awakening their weapons, because in the end, it doesn't look like it's going to be that big of a difference. Similar to the other, you get an HP of 7.5%, an attack of 7.5%, and an HP of 7.5%. As for her skill set, as you can see, everything's leveled to 87. Her combo mastery skill deals damage to a single enemy and heals the ally with the lowest HP for 15% of Orihime's total HP. Skill damage is 177.2% plus 870 at this particular level. We've already gone through her Awakened Rage skill previously. The regeneration amount is 177.2% plus 1,218. And her passive skill at the beginning of battle, Orihime gains 2 snowman. For each snowman, Orihime's effect reduction increases by 30%. When an ally's HP falls below 50%, 1 snowman will be consumed to grant him a Snowman Guardian. Snowman Guardian immediately regenerates HP equal to a percentage of Orihime's total HP and increases damage reduction by 10% for 1 round. HP regeneration is at 28.6% at level 87. As I mentioned before, similar to Rukia, I've maximized the Black Tortoise War Soul as well as, excuse me, her Heroic War Soul, and I have a War Soul of Vigilance on her that's fully maximized to increase her HP, since they both take advantage of the total HP that they have. I went ahead with that one because it's very equally distributed between the two for testing purposes. Outside of that, I think that's about it. As you can see, the Volatile War Soul is not used for either one of them because there's too many variances and I can't use the same one on both. I went ahead and did not activate that at this time for testing. So they seem pretty equal out of the gate. Let's take a look. Let's do some fights and see how they seem to work. Let's go ahead and take something that might be difficult. As you can see, I'm only using the 2 of them. I'll use her skill first. She does okay damage. Let's see what Orihime does. Alright, but of course I wouldn't expect her to be dealing much damage. Let's see how they hold up, since they're the only 2. Got poisoned, taking some pretty decent damage right now, so let's see how they hold up and if they live. Alright, neither one of them are going to be able to rage, so let's see what happens. Okay, so here we go. Well, we got a regen on Rukia, that's nice. Let's take a look first at Orihime's. So now they're both fully healed. She got her snowman. Let's see how much damage Rukia can do with this. Not horrible, given I don't have anything else on her. Over 200,000, and there's a present on him. As you can see too, they both got their protective barriers now for Rukia. Definitely not killing anybody very quickly. But the barrier does that. It's a 0 attack. Let's see Orihime's skill. She got her snowman. Okay. Well, out of the gate, they both are able to hold their own, which is a good sign at 5-star. Definitely not going to kill anybody quickly, but I do look at them both as completely support characters. Rukia definitely takes heavier damage than Orihime. Let's go ahead and do Rukia first. Let's see what her total damage is on this one. Okay. Over 200,000. Let's see Orihime. See what happens so quick, but she definitely does a heavy amount of healing. In that, I believe it's called Christmas Sanctuary, is actually pretty nice, because basically you're going to take 0 on your first attack hit on any given round if that's on you. I'm thinking they're going to be able to hold up and actually win this level, no problem. Let's see, keep going. But that's what I've kind of seen in my testing so far. They definitely are way worth the investment. I think they're going to both be good characters. If it was me and I was trying to conserve money, I would recommend at a minimum get them. Then if you have to use some other means to level them up, then spending the money doing the polls, that's probably the long-term goal. Just knowing that if you have the ability, then just get as many shards as you can. If you can only pick one, I think it goes to what you need most. If you need a healer that's going to be able to live, Orihime is definitely not a bad choice. If you want something that's a little bit more of a toolbox, I definitely would go with the Rukia. I definitely like what I see with her, especially if I'm able to really work with her and maybe pick out some different war souls. But those are decent heals. I can't complain. And Rukia is doing okay damage, so at least you'd be able to use her somewhat offensively. I do like the idea of the basic attack triggering those presents, but as you can see, with just these two, Orihime, between the two of them, they've been able to pretty much keep most of their health during this battle. Definitely not going to wow you with their damage, but they're staying alive. And look at how many times Orihime has raged since we've done this. Not bad, I got to admit. As a healer, she could very well be the best healer all around in the game at this point. Maybe not so much with her total skill set, because there's other options with the other ones, but just pure healing, she seems to do a really good job. Everybody survived, no problem. I definitely think they're both a wise investment. So, without going any further. And I think that was the hardest story level I had. Let's see if we can find somebody to fight against. It's got a good team. Probably annihilate them, but let's see how they hold up. Let's pick Ichigo. Duel. Let's see how they hold up. This could be ugly though, especially since it's on auto. Well, Rukia was able to freeze. Oh, look at that. Took Aizen's attack pretty well. You know, I've got no soul. Oh, she died. Not unexpected though. I'm fighting somebody's top arena team, so it doesn't shock me. But look at Orihime is holding up. Good for her. She's able to heal herself for about 50%, it looks like. Maybe a little less. She's probably not going to make it out of this round. Oh, no. There's the snowman save. So, you gotta like that. Nell's probably going to do her in. Let's see what happens. Yeah, there's no doubt about that. But, you know, Orihime can definitely take some hits. She can hold up, especially under the right team. And again, I was playing the number 2 arena team, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. So his arena team's over 700,000. So those with some pretty hefty offense coming at them. So in a nutshell, I think they're both, without a doubt, need to be invested in. If you can. If you don't have much, just get them so you have them, and then you can take your time and go ahead and just use Omni shards to level them up if you can't put more time, if you can't do more pulls. I wouldn't worry about their weapons, either one of them. The increases are not substantial enough or good enough to justify that. I got them just to see if there was much of a difference, and honestly, the investment should be in the character shards first and foremost. But I definitely think you should get them. If you got any questions or you want me to test them further, let me know. I just was doing this because we're at the halfway point, and I know a lot of people are hedging on whether they should bother with one or both. And I wanted to get this out there so you guys could see what they are capable of doing on an even playing field. Thanks again. I hope you guys are having a great holiday, and I'm hoping to get a couple more videos out the remainder of this week too, with some more stuff, given that I actually get some time off of work finally. Have a great day. Talk to you guys soon.